Error rate on dashboard routes jumped from 0.1% to 100%. A missing layout.js file caused every subpage to return 404. In Next.js 16, params is a promise and must be awaited. This is a breaking change from Next.js 15, where params was synchronous. The article correctly shows await params in code snippets, but it's worth emphasizing that forgetting to await will cause runtime errors. Root groups inherit the parent layout unless they have their own layout.js. This is a common point of confusion. The code snippet shows how to override the root layout for a root group. Layouts persist across navigations, so avoid storing per-request data in module-level variables. In multi-tenant apps, this can leak data between tenants. Use React context or fetch data inside the page component instead. Let's break down pages and layouts in Next.js. File-based routing explained, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Next.js uses a file system-based router. The folder structure inside the app directory defines your URL paths. No config files, no browser router, just create a file and get a route. Layouts are persistent UI wrappers. They don't re-render when the child page changes. You can nest them. Each folder can have its own layout.js. The root layout is mandatory and must contain HTML and body tags. Here's a root layout. It wraps every page with a header and footer. Without this file, every route returns 404. Templates are like layouts, but they re-render on every navigation. Use them for page view tracking or entrance animations. Layouts keep state, templates reset it. This template fires an analytics event on every navigation. If you put this in a layout, it would only fire once. Root groups let you organize routes without changing URLs. Use marketing for public pages and dashboard for authenticated pages, each with its own layout. This dashboard layout lives inside a dashboard root group. It provides a sidebar for all dashboard routes without affecting the URL. Dynamic routes use bracket syntax. Always await params in Next.js 16, it's a promise. Explicit routes take priority over dynamic ones. This catch-all route matches blog 2024, or blog 2024-01 post. It handles 0 or more segments. Parallel routes let you render multiple pages in the same layout. Each slot has its own loading and error boundaries. This feed slot renders independently from the sidebar. If the feed API is slow, the sidebar still shows instantly. Intercepting routes show content in a modal when navigated from within the app. Direct access shows the full page. This modal intercepts the photo route when navigated from the feed. Direct access to photo 123 shows the full page. Every route can have loading and error files. Loading.js shows a skeleton while data streams in. Error.js catches errors and shows a retry button. This loading skeleton shows immediately while the page content loads. It improves perceived performance even if load time is the same. Next.js has a built-in metadata API. Export a static metadata object or a generate metadata function for dynamic pages. Metadata merges from parent to child. This generate metadata function fetches the blog post and returns dynamic title and description. Each post gets unique SEO metadata. The most common routing bug, a missing layout.js in a parent segment, causes 404 on all child routes. Next.js requires a layout chain from root to leaf. This error component catches errors in the segment. It shows the error message and a retry button. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. A developer deleted app/dashboard/layout.js thinking it was unused. Next.js requires a layout chain from root to every leaf. Without that layout, all dashboard subroutes returned 404. The root layout.js file was deleted, breaking the layout chain and causing all /dashboard/* routes to return 404. Restoring the file fixed the issue. The fix was simple: restore the deleted layout.js. Then add a CI-lint rule that checks for missing layout files and a pre-push hook that runs next build to catch missing layouts before deployment. This is the exact mistake from the incident. Deleting a layout, JS breaks every child route. Always ensure every segment has a layout, JS or page, JS. Layouts persist across navigations. If you store data in a module-level variable, it persists and can leak between users. Always use React state or context. Using a tags for internal links causes full page reloads. Always use Next.js link component for client-side navigation. To debug 404s, first check if page.js exists in the root segment. Then walk up the folder hierarchy to ensure every parent has a layout.js. Run next build locally to catch missing layouts before deployment. Let's run through some common interview questions. What is the difference between layout.js and template.js? Layouts persist across navigations, templates re-render on every navigation. How do dynamic routes work in Next.js? Use slug for one segment, slug for one or more, slug for 0 or more. What causes a 404 on a route that exists? Missing layout.js in a parent segment. And a few frequently asked questions. Can I use both app router and pages router? Yes, they can coexist. App router takes priority. Do I need a layout.js in every folder? No, but every segment needs either a layout.js or page.js. How do I create a custom 404 page? Add app/notfound, tsx. Call notfound from server components when data is missing. Let's recap the key takeaways. File system is the router. Every segment needs layout or page. Layouts persist, templates reset. Always use link for internal nav. Ready to go deeper? Up next, server components versus client components in Next.js 16, then data fetching in Next.js 16. Server components, streaming and suspense, then styling in Next.js 16. Tailwind CSS, CSS modules and global styles, and image and font optimization in Next.js 16. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.